Hey, Coach, I guess we'll just start with, your assessment of how your guys played in that game one, and maybe just what do you feel like you learned about your guys from that game?
Um, Obviously, I mean, I thought some of the guys played well. Some of the guys did not. I thought just as a group, we have to do a better job of communicating. We got to do a better job of tackling on the perimeters. I think, call it a couple of the runs that spit out of there. We got to do a better job of just setting edges of the defense. That's something that we'll hit a bunch this week. But for the most part, I thought in man-to-mans, I thought our guys was decent in man-to-man, stayed on top of the routes for the most part. Obviously, we got hit on that long one. It was kind of a little kind of trick route going all the way to the hash. It came back out on the corner ball on DJ, and the guy was really fast. And he busted defense open on that critical play. But, for the most part, our guys, they did compete. Obviously, some technique thing, game one. My first time being with them on a game day, some things that we got to clean up and get better at. But, for the most part, like I said, like I told the guys yesterday or Sunday, just, at the end of the day, it was game one and all of our goals are still attainable. Every last one of them. We can win the ACC, we can get in the playoffs, we can win the state. And those are some of our goals that we have as a program, and those are still intact. So we have to continue to go out and work hard and fix the mistakes that we made. We did a good job of correcting some of those on Sunday, and we'll do it this week as well and get ready to play.
Coach, next we're going to go to Matt Shodell from Kane Sport. Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, T-Rob. So, you mentioned, that there were some missed tackles on the perimeter. I was just curious. I mean, obviously, you guys have worked hard on tackling over the last month, and now you got another physical team coming in that's going to test the perimeter again, with runs and things like that. Like, what sort of things do you think you can do in the 1 week period to be, sort of solve some of these issues? Is it an easy thing to fix? Sort of weigh in on that a little bit. Thanks.
I don't think it's easy to fix. I think it's something that shows up in practice that we got to do a better job of thudding the ball carrier and really just tackling with the proper leverage. Because, you're going to miss tackles when you're playing against good people at times. That's going to happen in a game of football. But it's how you miss tackles. And when we miss tackles and the ball continues to go outside, then now the defense that's chasing, they got to change the angle. All right, or they're not fast enough to get there, and we hurt the defense that way. So we got to do a better job, number one, of staying on edges and knowing how to tackle and have proper leverage while we're tackling. And just to your question, it's something that we'll work on via attacking drills and different things like that. But, we're not bringing people to the ground in practice. So getting guys on the ground ain't going to happen until Saturday. So we got to do a good job of that, just kind of move from there.
Coach, we've got David Wilson from the Miami Herald. David, go ahead.
Hey, T-Rob. Just wondering your assessment of the two freshman safeties. Obviously, we saw a lot of Cam, and it seemed like James did some good things in the second half, too.
Yeah, those guys was forced into the ball game. We kind of going into the game, we knew we'll play Cam some sparingly. Obviously, didn't plan on him playing that much. But, due to what happened with Bubba, he had to go out and he had to play. And then, he got out there, got his feet wet a little bit. He did some nice things, some things he can do a lot better. Busted a couple of things, but that's normal for a freshman. And then, James' time was up. They get him some reps, and he got in and he played fast. I was very excited of how he played, and he was very confident in going out there. He didn't seem nervous or rattled at all, and I was excited to watch him play. So he earned himself some more reps.
I'm curious with James, he's such a unique player, obviously. Is he, I know he's like your backup safety on the depth chart, but is he a guy who, like, as the season goes on, you kind of you get excited about trying to use him in kind of different ways and use his size and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, he's a physical guy. He got really good instincts, and he's highly intelligent. And he can play multiple spots for us. He's actually, on the prowler package when we get into some sub stuff on third down. He can go in the game at dime and do some different things behind Amari. So we already have those kind of roles already in place for him. We just got to continue to learn techniques. It's a little different between him and Cam as far as the technique stuff because Cam was here in January and James wasn't. But he's doing a good job of catching up, needing extra, and trying to earn himself some more playing time, which he would definitely do that.
Coach, we got a few more for you. We're going to go to Kobe Price at the Sun Sentinel. Kobe, go ahead.
Thanks, Cam. Hey, T-Rob, kind of want to follow up on David's questions, especially with Cam and James. How important was it for them to, get that playing time against a team as talented and as deep as Alabama?
Yeah, very, very, very important. It was a great experience for those guys to get in and play. Obviously, I wasn't excited about them running in there that early, but those guys went in and they didn't panic. They played, they communicated, they did the things we asked them to do in their role that they had. Could they play better? Absolutely. Did they mess up on some things? Absolutely. But that's something that's kind of it's going to happen at some point. But I was glad that they got a chance to get in there, and they showed us that they weren't scared, and the moment wasn't too big. And I think that's the most important thing.
And with the play that Bubba was penalized for targeting, what do you tell him, I guess, whether it's technique-wise, or what's the feedback that you give him when he comes back to the sideline or even watching the film?
Yeah, it was a tough play. It was a bang-bang play. We teach effort. We want guys hitting guys and doing that. We just got to do it the right way. We don't want to drop our head and we get bent at the waist. And so we got to do a better job as far as from a technical standpoint of really bending our knees and wrapping through the ball carrier as opposed to trying to butt people down. And I think that kind of got them in trouble.
Coach, next we got Chris Stock from InsideTheU. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, with it being Bryce Young's first start, were you guys surprised at either how well he passed or the passing game or your guys' inability to defend the pass? And is there concern moving forward, teams might try to go at you guys in the air?
No, that'll be fine. I thought he did a really good job. The plan was to stop the run and get him to see if he can beat us with his arm. And he did a really good job of some of the pressures that we gave him, of stepping up in the pocket, avoiding the rush. We were blitzing and we was trying to get him off the spot. He stepped up in the pocket and we came out of coverage a couple times and he kind of threw it behind the underneath defender's head and underneath the deep defenders. So just, that's just how it goes sometimes. We got to do a better job of understanding that he scrambles to throw. He don't really scrambles to run. And he did a good job. He played well in the ball game. And kudos to him. And they did a great job of game planning and scheming some of the things up that worked. And, going into the ball game, if you would have told me that we can stop him running the ball and do the things that we were able to do up front and get him to do that, I would have took that and I would have took our chances in the back end. We didn't get it done at the end of the day. And moving forward, we have to get it done for us to be successful on defense. And that's something that I'll put on my chest. I'll put on our defensive back's chest to be able to do that. And we'll play better. I promise that.
Coach, this is the last one for you. We got Cal Friedman from WVUM. Cal, go ahead.
Coach, it was a mixed reception of Tyrique Stevenson's debut. Gave him a couple of completions, but also was hitting pretty well on the edges. I want to know what you thought of his performance against Alabama.
Yeah, he's a very physical guy. He got to do a better job of wrapping up guys. He tried to butt him down a lot. And, we missed some tackles early in the game, but he cleaned some of that stuff as the game kind of went on. He started to get a comfortable feel of the game. But he's a talented player. He has really good instincts, and we just got to give him some more ops, and he'll get those ops. And he did a fine job for his first time out at the University of Miami. And we just got to continue to get him better and just work on the discipline and the details of our jobs. And I think that's across the board with our entire defense, really our entire team, just the details of our job, doing it all the time, because it's not just 1 snap, 2 snaps, 3 snaps, or even 50 snaps. It's doing it 70 snaps, 80 snaps in the ball game to play a good game of defense. And that's one thing that we got to continue to harp upon is just the technique part. But the effort and all that stuff was there. And it's just now just cleaning up the techniques and all the little kinks that we need to do.